Hello everybody and welcome to this video. Today we are going to be flying in Aaron's Pitts S2C Special. It's a nice little biplane, very well kept. He said it is around 20 years old if I believe I'm not mistaken, and it is a very nice flying aircraft. So right here we are beginning to start for takeoff, spooling up the engine. And here we go. The back lifts off, and we will be in the air shortly. This plane was awesome. I mean, it was very spunky. It had a lot of power. It didn't have quite the power to weight ratio to where it could climb straight up. However, it still had quite a bit of power. It was a nice engine. So here we are turning out, and we're heading over to what he called the box, which is where you can perform tricks and whatnot, aerobatics. And so here we are in the box, and so now we can go ahead and test the plane. And so we're starting with an inverted flight. So here we're just making sure that my body gets used to being upside down, because there's going to be a lot more to it. And so we stayed there for a while, and then here we are rolling back over to level flight. Now we're going to make a turn, and we're going to go ahead and head back the other way so that we can perform more maneuvers. So here we're just going to do some rolls. Rolls are a pretty simple maneuver because there isn't too much motion in any of the control surfaces except the ailerons. So you just put the stick to the left or right. But first, you got to pull up just a little bit so that you can have some upward motion, and as you flip over, the plane will gradually be pulled down by gravity, and you will roll out the other side, and you'll be at a slight nose-down angle. So here we go with another roll. As you can see, slight nose up, rolling over the plane, and as you can see, just a slight nose down angle. Now we're going to go into a 4-point roll. This was performed by Aaron. 1, 2, upside down, 3, and 4. Here we go into another one. This is actually an 8-point roll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the next maneuver here that we're going to do is a half Cuban 8. As you can see, we are diving towards the ground a little bit to gather some airspeed. We come to level flight. And then we pull back on the stick and start into a loop. After 5/8 of a loop, we'll be at a 45-degree angle towards the ground, and we're going to roll out from there. So here we are at 5/8 of a loop, and we roll out, and now we pull up to get out of the loop. So here we are just doing a full loop. We're diving for airspeed. Come back to level flight. And then pull back and go all the way around this time. So this next maneuver is called a hammerhead. What we're going to do is dive for airspeed, come back to level flight as you can see, and we're going to go straight up into the air. Just as we start to lose all of our airspeed, he's going to kick over the rudder, and we're going to go back the other way. So now diving towards the ground, waving a little bit more, and then he's going to pull out and come back to level flight. Here, we're going to be performing a reverse half Cuban 8, which is essentially the other way. We're going to be going towards the ground first to gather some airspeed. We're going to come back to level flight. Then we're going to climb at a 45-degree angle. Now, we're going to use the ailerons and roll over and try to maintain that 45-degree angle. Here, I was a little shallow, so he picked me up just a little bit. And then all we're going to do is roll the rest of the way out. So it's going to be a full roll all the way until level flight again. So here, he actually asked me if there were any moves that I wanted to give a try. And this one, I kind of felt like it might be a cool maneuver. It's called a flat spin. So essentially, here he's losing speed. As you can see, the elevator's coming up. As we get to our stall point, he's going to kick the rudder, and we're going to go into a spin. Then as we get into that spin, he's going to go ahead and level us out so that we'll start spinning at a slight downward angle, but pretty much flat all the way down. So here we're pretty much in a flat spin, as you can see, and then he kicks the rudder to get us out of it, and then pull back and back to level flight. So that was pretty much it. It was about an hour-long flight, and we used a good portion of the gas tank. I can't remember exactly how much was left, but he said there wasn't too much fuel left in the airplane at the end. So about an hour of flight time, and you're reaching the capacity of this airplane, so you don't want to do too much more than that. And, of course, that's obviously aerobatic flying with the engine, not quite full speed, but, getting up there. So, and so one interesting thing about landing a plane like this, since this is a tail dragger and you can't really see over the nose for landing, you have to come in at a steep angle. And so you can see we're kind of flying at a 45-degree angle, and we're constantly descending the whole way. So it's a full, it's like a half loop or half turn towards the runway. And so he continues that turn all the way down until he's lined up with the runway, and he can see it as he's coming down to the ground. So as you can see, we've completed the turn, and now he's putting the airplane down. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I want to thank Aaron for taking me on this flight. It was very awesome. It was a lifetime experience. Never done anything like this before. A lot more fun than a roller coaster, and a lot more freeing than a roller coaster. You don't have a set path. You kind of do whatever you want to. So I want to thank him again. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun, and thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you like it, whatever you want to do. So I appreciate it. You guys have a nice day.